January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, and according to the CDC, in 2019, the latest year of data available, nearly 13,000 cases of cervical cancer were reported in the U.S. Joining us now live to talk more about this and a program that they offer, we have nurse practitioner Georgie Reyes and Dr. Karen Sargent with Variety Care. Good morning to both of you, and thank you so much for being here.
Good morning.
This is a very important topic that we always need to address, not just during January when it is the awareness month for it. Let's talk about cervical cancer. As we know, all women are at risk of getting it. Give us some insight on cervical cancer, what it is, and who are there specific groups that are at more risk, at a higher risk here?
Yes, so all women need to be screened for cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is caused mostly by HPV. Over 9 out of 10 cases are caused by HPV. HPV is the human papilloma virus and is sexually transmitted. It is so common, though, that since it causes the main problems, HPV can cause warts, but the main problems that affect women would be cervical cancer, which is why we need to get our pap smears. Pap smears are the main way to screen for cervical cancer, and everyone at age 21 should start getting their pap smears.
Now, are there specific symptoms that women need to be on the lookout for, or is this something that you only catch when you're getting a pap smear, when you're getting screened?
Really, there's no symptoms particularly, and when you get screened, it's like she said, starting around 21. It would be like every 3 years through 65, but at the age of 30 is when we screen for the HPV virus as well. There's really no symptoms, but it's important to get those screenings to find out if you can have cell changes which would cause dysplasia, which would cause precancerous cells and lead to cancer.
Now, when we say every 3 years, when is it recommended for someone to get screened every year? Is that no longer recommended?
Overall, it's not recommended, and that's because, I mean, if you're every 3 years, and with the addition of the HPV testing, the test has become a lot more sensitive at picking up people that are at risk for cervical cancer. But if you do have some an immunocompromised state or HIV, then that recommendation changes, and it would be recommended to be screened yearly.
Okay, so we want women to get screened because we want to make sure that everyone is healthy. Variety Care does actually offer a program here, and you guys are taking some steps and initiatives to get the word out there. It is the Take Charge program, correct? Tell us about that.
That is true. It's through the State Health Department, and Variety have teamed up to do this Take Charge program. It's a program offered for women 50 years and older who do not have insurance. They can get a mammogram and a pap smear free of cost if they qualify for the program.
Talk about how important it is to have a program like this available, especially here in our state.
Oh, it's so important. The community, a lot of people don't have insurance, and Variety, we see people with no insurance or with insurance. So this is a great resource for them to take advantage of getting this program. It's an easy, you just call a number and they can see if you can qualify and be a part of that Take Charge program.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Anyone who's watching right now who wants to take advantage, where can they get that information again? How do they find out if they qualify?
Well, you can call our main number, 405-632-6688.
Okay, so cervical cancer, we want women to be screened. What are some of the other ways that they can lower their risks?
One of the biggest risks is to get your HPV vaccine. It is recommended for ages really from 9 to 26, but the prime time to get your first vaccine would be at the age of 11 or 12. It's recommended for men and women. If you usually it's a 2-shot series if you get it by 12 or before the age of 15. If it's after 15, then it would be like a 3-shot series. But the primary immune boost is at the ages of 11 and 12. And the thought is too, the older that we get, the more likely we are to be exposed to HPV. So the earlier we can get that protection, the better. Obviously, other ways are just to encourage safe sexual practices, reduce the number of sexual partners, use condoms, that can also reduce risk.
Okay, a lot of ways there, a lot of information, and a lot of different outlets and options for people to get the screening they need, even if they don't have insurance like the program that you offer. So we should have all of this information posted in the Ask the Announce section of our KOCO website so people can find that if they need it. Want to thank you both for coming in and giving us this important information, and thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you.